Good day, I am Phil Alamparo and I'm going to create and simulate a electropneumatic design of our experiment 1 or exercise 1. So our task is to make a electropneumatic system wherein we can control a cylinder that would extend from S1 to S3, then from S3 it will go to S2, then from S2 it will go back and forth from S3 to S2 to S3 for an approximately 5 seconds. And after that 5 seconds, we're going to have the cylinder, rather, is going to retract to its original position. So let's start. So here is our first sub-circuit, wherein it will be responsible for extending this cylinder from S1 to S3. So also, our valve is configured to have a left actuation of a pneumatically electrical. So this one, and the right actuation is to be spring return. So let's simulate. So if I press this push button, it should extend the cylinder from S1 to S3. So there. Next part is to make S3 go back to S2, but S2 will detect the cylinder and extend it again to back to S3. So let's go. So here is our combined subcircuits for the first subcircuit and our second subcircuit. Wherein, in combination, it is responsible for controlling the cylinder to go from S1 to S3, then from S3 it would go to S2, then from S2 it would go to S3, then it would go back and forth. So let's first simulate. There, as you can see, it goes back from S2 to S3 continuously. So by doing that, I've added this sub-circuit wherein this one, this rung, this S3 rung would be responsible for this S3 rung would be responsible for detecting uh, S the cylinder when it comes to sensor 3 this relay R3 would cut the signal from the latching to R1. So this R3 normally close contact would um, when triggered would close out, or this would be open. This normally closed contact will open, and it will close the signal directly that directs to this relay 1. The next part, I've added this part. So S2. So whenever S2 is triggered, the sensor is triggered, R2 will be triggered. But this rung would be responsible for extending the cylinder again when it passes to sensor 2. So that whenever the cylinder comes from S3 and goes to S2, this rung will extend again the cylinder. So again, let's try. There. So the last subcircuit would be to implement a timer device, so that an approximately of 5 seconds after that time frame, the whole circuit will reset. So let's go. So here is our final circuitry. I have only added a single rung wherein S1 or sensor 1 is attached to a uh, switch off delay, wherein the switch off delay, whenever it gets a signal, and after it gets the signal, a timer will set off depending on our set time. Then after that time frame, any contacts that will be associated with this off delay timer, or off the delay relay, it would trigger. So this rung is responsible for resetting the whole system. And also I have, in addition to this, I have also added a normally open contact that is associated to this relay. Why open contact? Because whenever a switch off delay is used, the and a signal enters that relay, automatically every contact associated with that relay will initially turn on. But when the signal here is cut off, and the internal timer of this relay will start, and after that delay time, those contacts associated to this relay will turn off. So let's simulate. Again, this cylinder would go from S1 to S3, then to S2, then continuously it would go back and forth. Then after an approximate of 5 seconds, it would go back to S2 or reset. So let's start. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2000. There again. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. There. It's an approximate of 5 seconds. So that is all. Thank you.